Good afternoon YouTube and the internets. Today I'm going to be doing spark plugs in the Corolla. Just a quick note on the lowering springs that I'm going to be getting. Oops. I'm going to hold off on ordering those. I was going to order them today, but what I've decided to do was to wait until the roadie guy looks the car over, and if he points out bushes and stuff, and if shocks are rooted, I don't think they are, but if I'm wrong, then if I have to replace shocks and stuff, then maybe buying something else is more suitable and more cost effective than buying shocks or springs and then replacing the springs, for example. So I'm going to wait till he looks at it and see what else I need to do while I'm there. I don't think it's anything, but at the same time I haven't driven the car on the road, so it's hard. I mean, I drove it around the block before I bought it, but that was it. So it's hard to really get a good feel for it. The driving around the backyard's not great because there's tree stumps and shit everywhere. It doesn't really give you a true indication of the ride quality. But let's get on to the spark plugs. Where's the fucking thing? There it is. So, very simple job. We've got 4 spark plug leads. For anyone under the age of 30, this is a distributor. This is what we used to use before electronic ignition. And this one looks to be in very good condition as far as the plastic is concerned. This is another thing that gets brittle and fades, and you see how nice and shiny that plastic is. It's almost as shiny as that. Yeah. So I reckon that's been replaced at some stage too. So I'm not even going to look in there. I'm just going to look in here. So no oil, nothing weird on there. Make sure you keep these in their correct order. Nothing bad on that. Nothing bad on that. Yeah, nothing bad on that. These actually happen to have the number written on 1, 2, 3 and 4, so happy days. I couldn't fuck it up if I tried. And down there we've got some spark plugs, so let's pull them out, have a look at them, but I've already bought replacements. I did try and get like an iridium or platinum or whatever the modern material ones are that last 6 million kilometers. They didn't seem, I mean, there was a part number for the iridium one, but it wasn't in the NKG book, so they weren't stocked. They could have bought them in, but they were really expensive, like way more than normal ones, but they weren't in stock anyway, so I just grabbed these, and if I need to do it again, I'll have time later to source those from somewhere a bit more reasonably priced. So we've got our spark plug socket here on our long extension, and that is enough. I won't need the second one. And much easier than the Falcon. Ooh, that feels a bit bindy. I don't like the feeling of that at all. Let's hope we haven't got cross-threaded spark plug holes. Oh, that wind's not doing stupid microphone stuff. That's hoping it's just a little bit rusty, corroded-y. Oh wow, what sort of plug are these? Little 4-point ones, quite carboned up. These are platinum plugs. Someone's put platinums in here, but you can see I think they're quite old. And the coloration there on the end, the thread's quite dirty. I think they've been in there for a very long time, but someone, everything I look at on this car has just been done in overkill maintenance wise. Like the friggin' aftermarket exhaust, the hot dog on it, like that's just ridiculous for a car like this that was allegedly owned by an old lady. I'm beginning to doubt that, but at the same time I don't care. It still runs mint as far as I can tell, So yeah, 140,000 k's, 140,000 k's, whether there's one lady owning it or not. So let's get the others out. I imagine they're going to be similar. But the good thing about those platinum plugs is I'll be able to get the part number of them. Make sure I get the right ones. Yeah, they're a bit gummed up. Yep. So grab our new plugs. These should be pre-gapped to the correct size. These are a BCPR 5EY. Let's slam them in. Just give me that one of those. They're the same length. Just in case the book was wrong. Get these plugs in before an insect crawls down one of these holes and builds a nest. As always with spark plugs, we don't want to go over tightening them. Get them all in to start with. I'm sure there is an actual torque number in a book somewhere. I'm not too bothered by it. Sort of feel it, because these are a bit gummed up. There's a bit more pressure than you'd expect. That should be enough. Yep. How many torques? How many torques? Right, simple as that. Put this back down here and on the end she goes. It should clip on. This is a thing in there for it to grab onto on the end of the plug. Voila. Recombobulate our cable management system here. Grab our rubbish. And the last step, start her up. See if it works. It's got to be one of the quickest videos I've ever done. Idling smooth, no misfire. Just like I bought one. And just like that, plugs are done. Easy as. So all I've got to do now is wait for the roadie guy. You can turn that off. Just got to wait for the roadie guy, and she'll be good for the road. Also needs some fuel, doesn't it? It's got no fuel in it. I did put 5 litres out of the mower can in it, but that's all it's had. Yeah, excellent. Oh well, very short video, and that's how you do the plugs. If you can't do that, you probably can't do anything on a car just quietly. But yeah, I'm not here to judge. If you needed that and that helped you, I'm glad you found the help. See ya.